Okay, cool. Now we're back here. I'm going to go ahead and go over those questions, the test questions here again for this 3 and 4 section here, and you'll know where I'm at here. This is about the couplings and all that stuff. What might happen if the trailer is too high when you try to couple? It won't couple correctly, and during the inspection you'll find that it's not coupled correctly, and it says that it will come off very easily while you're driving. That would be a very bad deal. After coupling, how much space should be between the upper and lower fifth wheel? No, nothing at all. There should be absolutely no space between the upper and the lower fifth wheel. Alright, pretty clear. 3. You should look into the back of the fifth wheel to see if it's locked onto the kingpin. Yes, you should definitely check and make sure everything's connected right. It should have the jaws go around it. You should check to see if that's happening. Yes, true. 4. To drive, you need to raise the landing gear only until it just lifts off the pavement. That's false. In order to drive, the landing gear must be all the way up. Okay? It says that there's when you're raising up the gear, there must be some type of power thing for like a low gear while raising it slightly off the ground, because it's going from holding up all that weight, and you have it on the tractor already, but it's still pushing on the thing, so you have it on a low gear to start to raise it up. As soon as it gets a little off the ground, click it to high gear and then raise it all the way up from there. Okay, so that's definitely false. You cannot drive with the landing gear down at all. It needs to be all the way up. 5. How do you know if your trailer is equipped with anti-lock brakes? Okay, it says that if it's built before 1998, March 1st, that it will be harder to tell. So and then in that case, you're going to have to go to the back and look for some kind of wires or whatever. Hopefully, most of the stuff that you're looking at is newer, that you'll be able to see the light on the back. And behind the back wheels on the left-hand side, there should be a light right underneath the box of the truck. There should be a light under there, the ECU light. And if it's not there, it's going to be on the front of the box on the right-hand side. So that's how you know. It should have a light that shows you that there is anti-lock brakes on there. If it's an older one, you got to look for wires of some sort. Okay. Next one is called 6.5. You got a couple more pages here. That's the last one. 6.5 is the very last section of the combination deal altogether. Sweet. Inspecting a combination vehicle. Okay. We're going to do an inspection now. Okay. Use the 7-step inspection procedure described in Section 2 to inspect your combination vehicle. There are more things to inspect on a combination vehicle than on a single vehicle. Okay? For example, tires, wheels, lights, reflectors, etc. However, there are also some new things to check. These are discussed below. Okay, additional things to check during a walk-around inspection. Do these checks in addition to those already listed in Section 2. Okay, because like the first 1, 2, 3 was for the general studies, and it's in regards to the pre-trip for the box trucks, for the straight trucks. Okay. Coupling system areas first. Check fifth wheel area, the lower area part. Okay, securely mounted to frame. Make sure it's right. No missing or damaged parts. Enough grease. It says that it would be a lot of friction. It would be damaging. It would be hard on the truck during turning and all that stuff, so you gotta have enough grease. No visible space between upper and lower fifth wheel. Locking jaws around the shank, not the head of the kingpin. Okay, in the picture, I'll show you that picture so you can get a visual of that before you get into it. Okay, that's just figure 6A. I'll show you that right away. Release arm properly seated and safety latch lock engaged. Okay, release the arm properly seated and safety latch lock engaged. Okay, next one is check fifth wheel, the upper. Okay, glide plate securely mounted to the trailer frame, kingpin not damaged. Okay, that's why it says to always pull in straight and come off straight. Don't go at an angle, because you're going to damage the landing gear or maybe even the kingpin if you hit it too hard. Okay, air and electric lines to the trailer. Electric cord firmly plugged in and secured. Air lines properly connected to glad hands. No air leaks. Properly secured with enough slack for turns. Okay, it says that a lot about the wires or the tubing hanging on when you're coupling things together. Make sure that things are not going to get damaged while you're driving it. All lines free from damage. Pretty clear. Sliding the fifth wheel. Slide not damaged or missing parts. Parts missing, okay? Properly greased, once again. All locking pins present and locked in place. If air powered, no air leaks. Check the fifth wheel is not so far forward that the tractor frame will hit landing gear or cab hit the trailer during turns. It can be moved back and forth. People have their preferences for different reasons. For backing, some other people have it further forward, whatnot, and the opposite for the other. Landing gear. Fully raised, no missing parts, no bent or otherwise damaged. We just talked about that. Crank handle in place and secured. Third one says if power operated, no air or hydraulic leaks. Okay? Everything's got to be in good condition when you're checking it out, so we know these names and know how to point them out to the instructor, make sure we know what we're talking about. Next one, combination vehicle brake check. Okay? Do these checks in addition to section 5.3, inspecting brake systems. Okay, the following section explains how to check air brakes on combination vehicles. Check the brakes on a double or triple trailer as you would any combination vehicle. Check the air flows to all trailers. Use the tractor parking brake and or chock the wheels to hold the vehicle. Wait for an air pressure to reach normal, then push in the red trailer air supply. Okay, that's the trailer air supply knob. Push that red button in, that red knob in. This will supply the air to the emergency supply lines. Use the trailer handbrake to provide air to the service line. Go to the rear of the rig, open the emergency line shutoff valve at the rear of the last trailer. You should hear air escaping, showing the entire system is charged. Okay, close the emergency line valve, open the service line valve to check that the service pressure goes through all the trailers. This test assumes that the trailer handbrake or the service brake pedal is on. And then close the valve. If you do not hear the air escaping from both lines, check that the shutoff valves on the trailers and dollies are in the open position. You must have air all the way to the back for all the brakes to work. Okay? Test tractor protection valve is the next one. Test tractor protection valve. Check the trailer air brake system. That is, build up normal air pressure and push the air supply knob in. Shut the engine off, step on and off the brake pedal several times to reduce the air pressure in the tanks. The trailer air supply control, also called the tractor protection valve, should pop out or go from normal to emergency position. That should be normal anyway. After the air brakes test, we should already have seen that. When the air pressure falls into the pressure range specified by the manufacturer, usually within the range of 20 to 45 psi. If the tractor protection valve doesn't work right, an air hose or trailer brake leak could drain all the air from the tractor. This would cause the emergency brakes to come on with possible loss of control. Okay, next one's called test the trailer emergency brakes. Charge the trailer air brake system and check the trailer rolls check and see that the trailer rolls freely. Then stop and pull out the trailer air supply control, also called tractor protection valve control or trailer emergency valve, or place it in emergency position. Pull gently on the trailer with the tractor to check that the trailer emergency brakes are on. Okay? Next one, called test the trailer service brakes. Check for normal air pressure, release the parking brakes, move the vehicle forward slowly and apply the trailer brakes with the hard control trolley valve, if so equipped. You should feel the brakes come on. This tells you the trailer brakes are connecting and working. The trailer brakes should be tested with the hand valve but controlled in normal operation with the foot pedal, which applies air to the service brakes at all wheels. Okay? Let's see here. Test the knowledge here. First one. Which shutoff valves should be open and which closed? Okay, I don't know that off the top of my head, so we got to look here. It says which shut-off valves should be open and which closed. Okay, let's see here. Okay, in this section part here, the brake part, it says here that we need to, if you do not hear the escaping from both lines, check that the shut-off valves on the trailer and dollies are in the open position. Okay, let's see. The shut-off valves on the trailer in the open position. You must have air all the way to the back of the for the brakes to all work. Okay. Let's see. That's the one that must be in the open position. Is the shut-off valves. Okay, that should be in the open position. Let's see what the question is again. Which shut-off valves should be in the open position? Which should be closed? Oh, okay. Probably doesn't answer the question very well, does it? If you do not hear air escaping from both lines, check that the shut-off valves on the trailer are in the open position. Okay. I'll read the whole thing and see if we can get that answer. Okay. Okay. Use the tractor parking brake and/or chock the wheels to hold the vehicle. Wait for an air pressure to reach normal. Then push in the red trailer air supply knob. This will supply the air to the emergency supply lines. Use the trailer handbrake to provide air to the service line. Go to the rear of the rig, open up the emergency line shutoff valve at the rear of the last trailer. You should hear air escaping, showing the entire system is charged. Close the emergency line valve. Open the service line valve. Close the emergency line valve and open the service line valve. Okay? Let's see if that helps us. To check that service pressure goes through all the trailers. This test assumes that the trailer handbrake or the service brake pedal is on. And that then close the valve. Okay? So shut off valve at the rear. You're escaping. Close the emergency line valve. The emergency line valve should be closed. And the service line valve to check the service pressure goes through should be open. Okay, hopefully that's the right answer for that. That was a little hard for me to catch that, but that's where it's talking about it, so that sounds like we're on the right path. Okay? 2. How can you test that air flows to all trailers? When you go to the back, we just read that. It says that the air should be coming out. That's an indication that that there is. It says right here, you should hear air escaping, showing that the entire system is charged. Okay, so that's how we check to see if their air will come out or not. Okay, how can you test the tractor protection valve? Okay, tractor protection valve. Okay, charge the trailer air brake system. That is, build up normal air pressure and push the air supply knob in. Shut the engine off. Step off the brake pedal several times to reduce air pressure in tanks, and the air supply control should pop out, okay, to normal, into emergency. Like when we're pumping the brakes, the air pressure goes down, and when it gets low enough to 20 to 45 psi, pops right out. Okay, that's how we test that. Number 4, how can you test the trailer emergency brakes? Okay, here's the answer. Charge the trailer air brake system. Check the trailer that the trailer rolls freely. Then stop and pull out the trailer air supply control, or place it in emergency position. It means that's not going to go anywhere. Pull gently on the trailer with the tractor to check that the trailer emergency brakes are on. Okay, so basically you're going to lock the back and try to move the front, and if it won't move, then you know it's working. Okay, the tractor emergency brakes is the trailer emergency brakes. How do you test them? Lock those up like it shows you in the first part. Try to move, and if it doesn't move, you know that's working good. Number 5, how can you test the trailer service brakes? Trailer service brakes. Check for normal air pressure. Release the parking brake. Move the vehicle forward slowly and apply the trailer brakes with the hand control trolley. Hand control, if so equipped, you should feel the brakes come on. This tells you the trailer brakes are connecting and working. Okay, there's all the that's the whole thing for the this whole section 6 about combination vehicles. I hope that you got something out of that, and I hope it helps you pass the test. Good luck and be safe out there. Okay.